This of our Sklearn tutorial, what we are basically going to do is to install our Sklearn in our environment, because before you can make use of it, you need to actually get it installed. So to install that, I'm going to go over to this types here to search. I'm going to type cmd, which is to open up my command prompt, because we are going to make use of command prompt to actually install it. The reason why I make use of command prompt is basically I want to do this. I want to install it globally, so I can anywhere want to make use of it, I can make use of it. But in case if you are installing your own in a virtual environment, the best is you have to open the virtual environment here, maybe the path to that of your virtual environment, and then you're going to pip install that of the Sklearn. So we're going to pip install Sklearn. So I can say Scikit-Learn. So if the name is confusing you a little bit, you can just head over here and just copy it. That basically the same. So Scikit-Learn. So simple as that. Let's actually install this and hit enter. In my case, I already have this Sklearn already installed, but in your case, it's going to download a whole lot of things. So as you can see here, in my case, I already have it installed. I can say requirement already certified, Sklearn, NumPy, Scipy, JobLib, and then Threadpool, CTL. These are other libraries and frameworks that this Sklearn tend to make use of to render some of the functionalities properly. So since we have this already installed, in your case is going to download all these guys and then it's going to extract and then install it on your system. But since you already have it installed, what we can basically do is to, since I'm using VS Code, this is my VS Code is open, and then on our previous video where we make a use of matplotlib to actually do examples, like how to actually draw graphs in case we find the need to actually draw graph, because we are still going to make use of this of ideology to actually present some of our maybe to analyze how our data is being presented at the moment. We are going to make use of this matplotlib to actually render our data. So but since we are this video we can't directly be making use of this matplotlib tutorial, which is a separate tutorial on its own. So what we can do is to create a new file. Remember, you can actually name your file anything, or you can actually write your file anywhere. Its name must be inside the same way I did mine. So to do this, since I can call it Sklearn underscore what tutorial, can say .py, because we won't actually end it with .py to actually tell Python, oh, this is a Python file. I think that makes sense. So the first we are going to do is actually to import that of the Sklearn. There's something I named this Sklearn. On the normal share, you might think that this is just actually like a simple learn, but the reason why I named this Sklearn, but let's actually try to import. If we try to import that of Scikit-Learn that we actually install, we're going to definitely get an error, because let's actually run it and see the type of error that we get as an output. Then I'm going to explain the reason why we got this error. So when we look at this, we see that we get this invalid syntax Scikit-Learn, but we actually installed that of the Scikit-Learn. So why did we get this type of error? It's basically simple. This is why we get this error, and this is basically when we imported this Scikit-Learn why we have this kind of issue. The reason is that when this Scikit-Learn package was actually being uploaded on that of the Py, I think that was py, so where you can actually register your application. It was actually giving this Scikit-Learn, but actually the name is actually that of the Sklearn, like a sub name that actually holds of all those of the functionalities that of the Sklearn. So you will tend to see that in that of the pillow. When you install pillow, when you want to import pillows, you are going to make use of that of the PIL. So this is like this name here is like the shell that it was being used to register on that of the PYPT, which is where you can actually register your packages that can be make use of globally. So maybe the names that we can actually that contain, or can say the class name or the other functionality that where you the master can say the master class or everything that wraps around it. That's where it was given that of the Sklearn, but when it was being registered, as this of the Scikit-Learn. So it will import as some libraries out there like that, or the pandas, some other like NumPy, they're actually being registered as NumPy, and the classes has been given as NumPy. So or can say the functionality that holds all the mathematical computation has been given as NumPy. So that's just basically the difference some of all these guys. So to import is that of the Sklearn. So when we import this Sklearn and then hit on this play button, so you can see when we hit on this play button, if it's your first time running this of the Sklearn, it's going to take a little bit of time for it to actually load complete. You can see when we run this, we didn't get any error. So this actually signifies that we have Sklearn fully installed. So let's say we want to actually check the version of the Sklearn that we actually have. You can check that when you install it on that of your command prompt, or you can actually just check it on your terminal, which is .__what version __. Simple as that. This is going to like saying, oh, in the Sklearn package that we have, what type of version that does it actually have. So when we look at it after it was being done running, we get this 1.72, because that's the version of Sklearn that I'm currently using. Your case, it might be higher, or it might be lower, or it might be exactly the same thing. So it all actually depends. So in this of our Sklearn tutorial, we're going to see a whole lot of things that this Sklearn can do. We can't cover everything because Sklearn is just too broad that you can't cover everything. But one thing you should keep in mind when it comes to that of the when it comes to machine learning algorithm or machine learning model, one thing you should know that these guys are all mathematical formulas. What is Sklearn? Just to take all those formulas, just put it somewhere that you can actually make use of them, because we know that when we hear about linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, neural network, deep learning, they are even Q-learn, all these guys are all mathematical formula. So that just, but what is Sklearn is, it has all those. So just like when somebody maybe somebody have the formula, just get you to actually solve that particular problem. So but as we go on, we're also going to get the feeling, also going to understand all these how these formulas tend to be, and some of them we're also going to look some of them, we're going to solve some of them manually. So in case if you are interested, make sure to stay to the end of this tutorial. It's going to be really awesome. So I'll be able to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.